Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host for this evening, Mr. Bernie Furshpan.
Thank you so much for joining me, my wife Joanne, the staff at the Metropolitan Room on this 14th day of October 2014. Welcome everybody to the Metropolitan Room. We're going to stop time and look back at the life of a very special lady and to thank her for sharing with us her lifetime of joy and love for music. 80 years that she's been performing on the stage, and Annie Ross is the master at singing about romance and heartbreak. She can scat, she can swing, and she can act like nobody's business. And for the last 8 or 9 years, Annie's been performing right here at the Metropolitan Room, and I'd like to thank you for that, every Tuesday at 9:30. And musical director for Annie Ross's show. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Mr. Tardo Hammer and his band. Ladies and gentlemen, Tardo Hammer and his quartet. He is one of today's finest jazz guitarists. He worked with Jimmy Smith, Harry Connick Jr., and Diana Draw. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Mr. Russell Malone.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you, Annie, for asking me to come here and be a part of this celebration on your behalf. We've known each other for a long time, but we have yet to play together. Hopefully we will fix that at some point. But you've always been very sweet and encouraging to us youngsters, and we love you so much.
written for the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, Village Voice, Newsday, and more. He's written several books on jazz and bebop, a Sinatra bio, and the songs of Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies. Ladies and gentlemen, Will Friedwald.
For starters, Warren, Russell, Tardo, and I are in a new movie called Unforgivable Baldness. I hope you guys will all go to see it. Should I lift it? How do you do that? I'm not a... You pull it in. Oh my gosh. There we are. By the way, did you notice what they played for the first number? There Will Never Be Another You. Can you think of a more appropriate song for Annie? Obviously, there's never going to be another Annie. It's a miracle that we have even one. We just got over the Jewish holiday. Applause, applause. We just got over the Jewish holidays. Now, why do I mention that? There's a phrase that you always hear this time of year, Dayenu, which means it would suffice us. And I think of that a special meaning for the life and art of Annie Ross, because Annie has done so many things. Bernie could stand on the stage for twice as long and not list everything she's done. She's done so much. In 84 years, it's just ridiculous. I couldn't do that much in 5,000 years. It's the most amazing career and the most amazing diversity of any performer I've ever met, ever encountered. And like I say, Bernie couldn't even begin to list half of the things she's done. In a way, she reminds me of Benny Carter. People are always saying, well, if Benny just played alto and didn't bother to arrange or write songs, people would remember him better. Or if Benny just played trumpet and didn't bother leading a band, he might have been greater. But the strength of Annie, like the strength of Benny, is her sheer diversity. I mean, the amount of things she's done is just insane. If it were only for Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross, we'd be up here celebrating. If it were only almost 10 great years at the Metropolitan Room, she'd be worthy of a great celebration. If it were only for the Little Rascals, she'd be worth celebrating. If it were only for singing Lac Le Monde, she'd be worth celebrating. It's the most unique career in all of American popular culture that I know of, especially for a Scottish lass. It's an incredible, incredible career. I can't think of anybody else who's a first-class, serious actress who's also a great jazz singer. There's some musical theater people that can also do cabaret and sing the songbook, and those are two very closely linked arts. They're right together, and people like Patti LuPone, Christine Ebersole, they do that brilliantly, but nobody who's like a total pure actress who's also a total pure jazz singer. It's like if Meryl Streep and Billie Holiday were somehow the same person. It's just, like I say, totally unique. Among other things, seeing Tony here tonight, did you people realize that Annie Ross was the one who conceived the Tony Bennett, Bill Evans album? Tony told me that. He gives Annie total credit for that concept. And like I say, it's the mere fact that she's a songwriter as well. She's written jazz standards in an era when very few women were songwriters and even fewer singers were songwriters, when it was really pretty much unheard of for singers to write their own material. Annie was like a pioneer, about 30 years ahead of everybody else. It's another thing she deserves credit for. And yeah, please applaud Annie. You're applauding Annie, not me. I've been listening a lot to Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross lately, listening to Annie and her voice in the 20s when she was able to use it just like an instrument, when she was like imitating a trumpet section, not just one trumpeter, but the whole Count Basie trumpet section, doing these amazing nonverbal things. And yet, even though she wasn't singing words, she was singing with incredible personality. And she was able to do that. I mean, most people are young at 27, but of course Annie had already been doing it for 20 years at that point. And even after Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross, over the years, she still has that amazing swing. She still has that amazing musicianship, but her ability to interpret a lyric, to climb inside a song and see it from the inside out, to make that story her story, has really gotten sharper and sharper and sharper over the last 80 years, and particularly in recent years, performing here every week at the Metropolitan Room. And like I say, it's just an incredible, incredible series of accomplishments, and it's just hard to imagine one person could have done it all, and it's a great honor to be part of this, and thank you so much.
He's a jazz accordion master for over 30 years and has been honored by the American Accordionists Association Hall of Fame. His recordings include jingles for Sesame Street, General Foods, Palmolive, Colgate, AT&T, and many more. He also takes on the role of a music teacher and music director at a local school. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Eddie Monteiro.
Warren Vacher. Eis aqui este sambinha feito de uma nota só. Outras notas vão entrar, mas a base é uma só. Esta outra é consequência do que acabo de dizer. Como eu sou a consequência inevitável de você. Muita gente por aí que fala tanto e não diz nada, quase nada. Já me atualizei a escala toda e no fim não deu em nada, ou quase nada. Pois eu volto para minha nota, como eu volto para você. Vou contar com a minha nota tudo que eu sinto para você. Quem quiser todas as notas, rei, mi, fá, sol, lá, si, dó. Ele fica sem nenhuma, fica em uma nota só. Fica sem nenhuma, fica em uma nota só. Fica sem nenhuma, fica em uma nota só.
When Annie left Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross and was living in London, she received a letter, and in the envelope was a handful of dirt and a letter that said, "This is New York dirt. We miss you." Ladies and gentlemen, Marion Cowlings.
Thank you so much. I remember when I was first hanging around the scene, and when a guy was coming onto a girl, the highest compliment he could pay her was, "Baby, anybody ever tell you you look like Annie Ross?" I'm like, right? Taking a chance on drugs? KFC? Here I go again. I hear the trumpets blow again. All aglow again. Taking a chance on love. Here I slide again. About to take that ride again. I'm starry-eyed again. Taking a chance on love. I thought the cards were a frame-up, so I never, ever, ever would try. But now I've taken the game up, and the ace of hearts is high. Things are mending now. I see a rainbow blending now. We'll have a happy ending now. Taking a chance on love. Here I slip again. Gotta get a grip again. I'm on that trip again. taking a chance on love. Now I prove again that I can make life move again. I'm in a groove again. I'm taking a chance on love. Walked around with a horseshoe in clover, I lie. But Brother Rabbit, of course you better kiss that foot goodbye. On the ball again, I'm riding for a fall again. I'm gonna give my all again. Taking a chance, taking a chance, taking a chance on love. Yeah. Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree. And I feel like I'm clinging to a cloud. I can't understand. I get misty holding your hand. Ow! Walk my way. And 1,000 violins begin to play. Or it might be the sound of your hello. That music I hear, I get misty the moment you're near. You can say that you're leading me on, but that's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you. On my own, when I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove. I'm too misty, too much in love, too much in love, baby. Chino Hammer. You can say that you're leading me on, but that's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you. On my own, would I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove. I'm too misty, too much in love. Oh, baby, I'm misty. Come on, baby. Oh, oh, you know that I'm misty. Oh, oh, you know I'm misty. Too much in love.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marion Cowings. He is best known for his lyrics in the hit musical Fiddler on the Roof, and the recipient of the Pulitzer Prize in Drama and 3 Tony Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the brilliant Sheldon Harnick.
Please forgive me if I read these few remarks. Bernie Furshman said, I want you to say a few words, be part of this tribute, and I'm delighted to be. I want to read them because my memory is not what it used to be, and in fact, it never was. First of all, I turned 90 this year. So as far as I'm concerned, Annie, you're just a kid. I think I fell in love with Annie, as so many people did, when I heard her sing Twisted. As a lyricist myself, how could I not marvel at those rapid-fire lyrics? But it was the virtuoso quality of Annie's musicianship that floored me. To negotiate the complexities of that wildly improbable melodic line with such ease was just simply astonishing. That was my introduction to Annie Ross. But the more I became familiar with her work, both as a soloist and as 1/3 of Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross, the more my admiration for her artistry grew. Among other things, you have a way with a beat that is just extraordinary. Every time I sit there, I find I can't control my feet. My one foot starts tapping, my finger starts snapping, something both at the same time. It's the way I get my exercise. And then lastly, I want to talk about something nobody's mentioned tonight, her sense of humor. You take that melancholy aria, One Meatball. When Annie sings the line, "You get no bread with one meatball," it has the visceral impact of Greek tragedy. Annie, I'm delighted to see you again. I'm delighted to be here and being part of this tribute. And I hope that these Tuesday nights go on forever.
She's an internationally acclaimed jazz singer, singing in the 6 Tony Award-winning Broadway hit City of Angels. Please welcome to the stage the delightful and talented Amy London.
It is so wonderful to be here to celebrate Annie tonight. Annie, thank you so much for inviting us. I'm so honored to be here with you. Thank you. I could go on and on. I won't. I promise I won't, because I'm really a talker. But anyway, in a nutshell, I've been, as I grew up as a singer, as a child, and then a teenager, and then went to college, and then moved to New York, I discovered Annie, and I thought that I had just discovered God and sang along with all her records, Goddess, and just sang along with all of her records for many years. I learned so much from Annie. Annie, I learned so much from you about singing. And I'm also, she's one of the great teachers of the entire history of jazz singers. I don't think she realizes it. Annie has taught millions of singers how to sing jazz. Because the way she swings, the way she sings like the lead trumpet in the big band, the way she expresses a story and moves you to tears all the time, every time. And I started teaching at New School Jazz BFA program about 25 years ago. And once I found Annie performing live, every semester I would bring about 10 students to hear her. So over the years, there have been several hundred young singers that have heard Annie, that have had the chance, the wonderful opportunity to hear Annie. So I'm just delighted to be here. I've got about 8 more singers here, 8 more students here tonight from the New School. And the first day of class, when I have one of my classes at the New School, the first thing I do is I play Annie's records for them. And now with the advent of the miraculous YouTube, we've all watched Twisted at the Hugh Hefner Playboy Mansion. That fabulous video of Annie singing Twisted, we've all seen that. So I'm just delighted to be here on the stage. Annie called me up about 5 years ago. She said, "Amy, honey, I got something for you. Would you please come over to my house?" So I went running over to Annie's apartment, and I came in, and she opened a drawer. She said, "Here, I want you to have this." And I said, what is this? She said, well, when I was a 14-year-old growing up in Los Angeles, I entered a songwriting contest, the prize of which was that Johnny Mercer, the boy's singer, would record the song. Well, Annie won that contest. 14-year-old Annie won that contest. And she handed me a cassette of a very scratchy recording of Johnny Mercer singing her song, Let's Fly. And I was just over the moon. She gave it to me to use to sing. So I took it home. I wrote a lead sheet off the cassette. I stared at it at my piano for about a year going, what am I going to do with this treasure? And then finally, I decided to honor Annie that I would add my own vocalese to it. So here is Let's Fly, written by Annie Ross and David Ball, and also with an additional vocalese lyric that I wrote. But before I do that, and before I also say thanks to this incredible band up here, many of which I've known for so many years, and Tardo recorded Let's Fly with me on the Motema record label, my last CD. Tardo, thank you. I would like to introduce this fantastic vocal group that I've been working on a project with for 4 years now. We recorded a song with Annie and with the great Bob Duro on a record that's going to be coming out in the fall. And I would just like to introduce these fantastic singers. To my left, the undisputed king of vocal jazz groups on the planet, and I am not exaggerating, Darman Meter. Darman invented the New York Voices. He's still the leader of the New York Voices. He wrote most of those fantastic arrangements that you've heard when you hear their records. They've won, how many? A Grammy, a couple of Grammys, and the New York Voices came from Darman's head, and we are so delighted to have him with us tonight. Darman. Here on my right, my BFF, one of my best friends, Holly Ross. We've been through DeMille together, a little City of Angels joke there. We've been through DeMille together for many, many years. And when I was putting this quartet together, she was the first one I called, and she said yes. She is the queen of singing all the hard notes, making it sound easy. Holly Ross. And to my left, one of my former students from the New School Jazz BFA program. He graduated with his degree in jazz in 2009, and he kept kind of hanging around after graduating, and I said to him, what are you doing these days? He said, well, not a lot. I said, okay, let's do something. So he started writing arrangements and bringing them into my vocal jazz group at the New School, and I said, let's do a concert, let's record these. Since then, we've been collaborating together, and he wrote this arrangement of Let's Fly, of Annie Ross's Let's Fly. Dylan Pramick. Yeah. I need to be natural. Okay, so without any further ado, ready, guys?
Yes.
Everybody ready?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Let's fly, baby, let's fly away to lands strange and unknown, where love's free and there's no such thing as a mailman, doorbell, telephone. Let's fly, baby, let's fly away to lands tropical free. We're gonna have some fun underneath the sun. So come on, baby, please. Now you will find a little peace of mind, and you'll know just how far we two can go. Let's fly, baby, let's fly away. Take off, head for the sky. We're gonna leave all of our blues behind. So come on, baby, let's fly. Come fly with me, let's fly away. We'll take a lunar honeymoon where we can spoon in the merry month of June. Won't you listen while I croon this tune? It's never too soon. Now they say all us children are supposed to sleep tight, but I'd rather sail upon the sultry seas with you tonight. Let's take off on a fabulous flight. We might just find our delight And if you're thinking of employing that new technology, I'll have to convince you to enjoy some old psychology. We'll have the time to explore our physiology. Who needs those modern toys when there's such fun for girls and boys? We'll be like two birds of a feather. We'll always fly together. Let's toss all our cares away. We'll frolic and play the tropical way. Come on, baby, let's fly.
So ba 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 do ba ba way yo ba 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 di ba ya do ba ba.
Sa do ya do ba do ba do ba do ba ba ya do ba do ba do ba ba da da do ya do da ba 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 do did. So ba 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 za ba 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 do ba da ba do ba da ya ba da do did 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 do.
Celia ba 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 do bi bi bo ba.
Celia do ba do ba do la da ba do ba.
So bi ba ba di ba ba do ba do yo.
Dee do ba do ya do way do ba da do way. Da 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 do 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 ba 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 da ba 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 ba. Now you will find a little peace of mind, and you'll know just how far we two can go. Let's fly, baby, let's fly away. Take off and return. Come on and fly, baby, let's fly away. Go on and pack that and don't look back. Goodbye, it paid me goodbye. Come on now, baby, let's fly. Get fed up, then let up.
Bye.
Thank you, Annie, for Let's Fly. Thank you.
You don't need this now, right?
Thank you. Dylan Pramick. He wrote that arrangement. Holly Russ. Jarman Meter. Well, in 2010, Annie Ross won the NEA Jazz Masters Award. And I went to the concert at Rose Hall at Lincoln Center. And when Annie got up to sing, she sang this beautiful piece that she had written the lyrics for. Russ Freeman wrote the melody, and Annie wrote the lyrics. And they had offered her whatever song she wanted. She chose that one. Richie DeRosa wrote a gorgeous arrangement for the Lincoln Center Orchestra to play with Annie. And I sat there and listened to it, and I went, that would make an amazing choral chart. So I called Dylan. And we emailed Richie, who very generously shared his arrangement with us. And Dylan transferred it from a big band arrangement to a choral chart. And we recorded it with Annie last year. And it's going to be on a record which is going to come out in September. And we'd like to invite the one and only, the legendary, fantastic Annie Ross to come sing Music is Forever with us.
Oh, boy. Oh, hello. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
1, 2.
In this selfless world, precious things are few, like the warmth you feel from children's laughter. I have memories, they are precious too. They're never old, they're always
and Miles and Chet, Hawk and prayers. I hear you yet. Zoot and Al and Monk and Train, gently swinging in my brain. They say that nothing is forever, but then again, what do they know?
What could they know?
Nothing is forever, ever. But did they ever hear El Garner blow? Basie, Duke, and Kluke,
Duke, Kluke, and Tad.
Cannonball and Jaws and Thad. Everybody, all around. Papa, Buddy, Philly Joe, when they say nothing is forever, nothing is forever, I just smile, cause I know it's not true.
For your music,
Music is forever.
music is forever.
You still sing when we listen to you. Yeah. Lady, Sassy, Dinah, Pop, your sweet music never stop.
It'll never be
Ella, baby,
Brownie.
Clifford Brown. Don't tell me you're not around. When they say nothing is forever,
Never fail.
nothing is forever,
I smile.
I just smile, 'cause I know
True.
it's not
For the
true.
truth is,
Music is forever.
music is forever.
Music is forever.
Music is forever.
You still live when we listen to you. You still live when we listen to you. They say you're gone, but I don't have to believe it if I don't want to. Music is forever. Music is forever. Music is forever. Warren Vacher, Tardo Hammer, and Lee Hudson. Music is the best thing in the world. It's a healer. It makes you happy. It makes you sad. It's the best thing in the world.
And thank you for sharing that with us, Annie. Why don't you stand right over here? Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to end this glorious event with a very special presentation. It's a very special presentation to the very special lady that we're honoring tonight, Miss Annie Ross. I would like to bring up two very special people to the stage. First, my better half, the chairman of my board, Joanne Fershpan. Where are you, honey? And the love of your life, Mr. Dave Usher. I know that I speak on behalf of millions who've listened to your music and felt the joy and love that you have for music, and that includes all of the tens of thousands of people who have attended your shows right here at Metropolitan Room over the last 8 years. Everybody see this crystal microphone that we're presenting her with? Isn't that beautiful? That was made especially for Annie Ross. We're going to hear you crystal clear when you sing into it. Annie Ross, please accept this crystal microphone as our way of saying thank you for your outstanding contribution to humanity and to music lovers around the world. We respect, admire, appreciate, applaud, honor, and revere you. And tonight, we delight in giving you this honor. Let's all raise our glasses and stand up if you could. Here's to Annie Ross. May your music live on forever. What was that?
It's Scottish.
It's not Loman, by the way.
I just want to say thank you to every musician that I've played with, and there have been a lot of them. And I love them, and you have my heart. Thank you.
And just a couple of thank yous. Thank you to all the performers tonight. To Tardo Hammer and his quartet. JP, our director of audio-visual. We have Jonathan Fershpan behind the camera. We have Russ Weatherford. Thank you so much.
Come on, let's glorify love. Ding, dang it, you shout, encore, if I love. Don't be a naughty baby. Come to mama, come to mama. Do my sweet embraceable